Hello and welcome to Xbox Tavern's Xpod Tavern episode 112 on a lovely Sunday evening once again, and we're here to talk about Xbox news and maybe some other video games, including what's on the list? We'll get to that with little tease for you. Let's bring in the other gentleman, though, shall we? Let's bring in MPV Graham first. MPV Graham, how are you?
Hello, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited and ready and raring to go. We also got Millie Man Ian back after a little hiatus. Ian, come back, please.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome.
Dubstep, baby. Oh.
Dubstep for the win. And of course, we got the man, the legend, Scottish Gruff Ross, also with us.
Back for episode 111th.
111th, whatever. Numbers don't matter because the important thing is we got lots of exciting things to talk about. So let's get into things, shall we? Including, I know this is going to float Ross's boat as well as some of the other guys as well. Microsoft finally announced a release date and the showcase for Starfield, Starcraft, Star Wars, whatever it is. It is coming on the best date of the year, September the 6th.
Your birthday?
My birthday, yes.
How old are you, 50?
It feels like it, yeah. They finally confirmed a release date for Starfield in a little trailer video they put up, which will be September the 6th. And Todd Howard was on there, and he was saying that they've been trying their hardest to get it ready and putting themselves into. Let me just find a quick quote here. Where's it gone? He says, "From myself and everybody here at Bethesda, we are so excited to finally tell you when Starfield is coming out this year," said Todd Howard. We've poured ourselves into this game, and even I'm surprised how much we can pour. It is large. I mean, that's a bit of a double fucking innuendo if I've ever heard one. He loves a bit of putting himself in when it's large. But they've also announced, as well as the game coming on September the 6th, they're going to do a Starfield Direct, which they already previously announced but hadn't given us a date, which will take place in June, just after the Xbox showcase on June the... I've lost the date. Please help me. Someone 11th as well. Oh, exciting.
It's the same day. That's what I mean.
So, everybody, are we excited to finally know when Starfield's coming out? And we're excited to see the showcase. And did you watch the trailer? And did anything in it sort of catch your eye? Do you make you a happy little dance, Ross? Tell me all about your thoughts on Starfield.
Gameplay looks better. So the very first clip that I've ever seen that looked like a sort of Andromeda meets X, Y, and Z, but this one there looks like this is the thing, like this delay until September. If it's going to have marked improvements every time we see it, then I've no objections in having to wait. But we were thinking maybe June, so an extra 3 months on top of that. That's fine. Waited long enough for it. I can wait another 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
they're letting us enjoy the beer gardens. That's why.
Yeah,
it's disappointing that they pushed it out of that 12-month window that they announced. But yeah, I mean, as you know, we will say that if you need to delay it, whatever makes it better. Really, Ian, does this do anything for you? Are you excited to finally know when Starfield's coming out? I mean, it's a couple of days after your birthday. It's meant to be. Perhaps
meant to be.
Are you?
To be honest, I'm quite glad it's later because my summer's fucking busy. So I ain't gonna have time. So September's perfect. That's when it gets miserable again. So for me, it's perfect. I like it. I'm happy.
I mean, Todd obviously listens and he realised that you're on holiday about 18 weeks of the year. So he's like, we've got to wait until Ian's done.
Wait till he's on his jollies. Wait till he's come back.
And Graham, I know you're looking forward to Starfield.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Obviously, did you watch the trailer? Did you see anything in there that sort of caught your eye?
It's everything you expected, and just can't wait to get my hands on it. It's long awaited, and finally have a date. As long as that doesn't get shifted again, you can't go wrong. So
well, that's the thing, isn't it? As long as they don't just come August 31st and like, actually, we need another couple of months again.
That's the worry. It's like you can't sort of place your bets on it.
They can't do it again. They can't.
I know they really can't, but you just never know.
I mean, exactly. They set a firm date of 11/11/22, and then they were like, actually, we'd push it back. It'd be before June, and now they pushed it back in a way to September. There's no reason they couldn't be like, maybe another couple of months, maybe 11/11/23 or 24 even. Imagine if they went to 24. Oh, the outrage that would have poured out. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks very interesting. The like I said, Ross, what they showed here looks a lot more. I think it's sort of stood up a bit better than what they'd shown previously, where some people was, oh, the frame rate's not right, or that texture's a bit weird. It just looked more interesting here, and I must admit, it got me a little bit excited. I'm not overly keen, or I'm much more interested in something like Redfall rather than Starfield, Star Wars, whatever it may be. But yeah, so we're getting the showcase on June 11th. Obviously, that's going to be a long, deep dive into it, I imagine. And then we can finally play it on September the 6th.
Well, you get to play on September the 6th, though, Jay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe. It's my birthday. I can do what I want, damn it. I'll play Starfield if I want to. So Ross, obviously, you're going to pick it up on Game Pass on Xbox. Are you going to try like PC as well, or is your computer not quite up to the task?
It might. I think it might hold up to it. I don't know. It would be worth stress testing it to see how it runs. But no, I'll definitely be getting a bash on Game Pass for the Xbox, and if it can run on the PC, then I'll probably end up playing it. If it's anything like the likes of Skyrim, but a space type idea, then I've played that on every possible device, so I'll no doubt be the same idea as that.
And obviously, you have two are going to pick up on the console. Have they said whether the saves will transfer between cloud, console, PC, and stuff?
Yeah, it's all linked. So yeah, it's just
nice.
the one version. There's no stacks or anything.
Bounce back and forth. Oh, Ian, of course,
I
should have come to yours, shouldn't I? No 2000 G for playing the same game yet. Okay.
No, I believe it's just the one.
Yes, it's nice to finally have another confirmed date, and obviously the showcase as well coming on June 11th after their Xbox One. Anyone else got any thoughts on what they've shown or Starfield, or should we?
You get to play Mars. That was quite good to see. So that must mean that at least our system's in it. I don't know how many of the planets you can visit, but Mars is an option.
We'd hope you can visit Earth. That'd be a bit weird if you couldn't.
I mean. Yeah,
the usual thing's to blow it up, isn't it? That Earth's destroyed.
Exactly.
The reason why you're in space.
So obviously, this is going to be the biggest release for Xbox, probably. Well, obviously of the year. I imagine of that small time frame of the end of the year as well.
Call of Duty Game Pass.
Well, we'll get to that. I don't want to, but we'll get to that very shortly.
Yay.
Yeah, even I'm yay at the moment.
What's the odds, do you reckon, that they're actually going to nail the landing and this is going to come out and be like the big hitter title that they're waiting for, and it's not going to come out and it's going to be cheese wheels rolling off to space and dragons falling out the sky or whatever?
Well, do you remember No Man's Sky?
I'm at this. Yeah. I'm optimistic. It's Bethesda, so I'm going into it expecting bugs. It's a Bethesda game, there will be bugs. You just have to accept it. As long as they don't have save corrupting, game breaking, game progression limiting bugs, then we can accept visual glitches. We can accept like things clipping out the map and stuff like that. That's fine. As long as it's not major. Like I played Fallout 4 like the hour it released, and I never had any massive bugs in it, but then you listen to the launch of Fallout 4. Oh, it was unplayable for months at launch and blah 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 blah. It wasn't. The
loud minority who like to come out and go, "Oh, this game is broken." Yeah. Like with another game we'll talk about later.
Complain for the sake of fucking complaining.
Yeah, I mean the internet complaining for no reason. I don't. Exactly. I won't have it. It's not on. I mean, we've got to wait another couple of months for more in-depth information. But has anyone else got any thoughts on Starfield coming at the end of the year? Do you think we could see it competing against other big titles and maybe losing out against something from like Spider-Man or, like you said, Call of Duty or something? Might sort of
Spider-Man will be massive.
What other big titles have we got coming this year?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Obviously, apart from the yearly releases, the only one that we really know of is Spider-Man on PS5.
But even that might be delayed. They never know with them.
Oh yeah.
So maybe, like I say, for me at the moment now, I'm a 5 out of 10 face. So
don't want to go into
straight. So So I'm not gonna wait. I'll wait till to showcase before I start getting hype. I've had it before. Where I've got really excited for games. I've even done betas for games, and I've played the beta. I've gone, nope, not for me. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
There's different audiences though as well. I think from the likes of like Spider-Man and those. I'm not sure they're the. I mean, there'd be some crossover, but I wouldn't have thought they were like the same kind of fan base.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's obviously being completely different consoles as well is going to help that, but
I guarantee
we
end
of the year
Game of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, well, it should be out. When does their cut off?
September.
I think it's the end of September sometime, isn't it? So yeah,
it's mid-October normally.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see with where it ends up and how sort of how long it's been developed? Like 10 years. Whether the 10 years is worth the wait. Hopefully, it will be. I mean, like I said, it even got me a bit excited of watching that trailer the other day, and I'm not really all that super hyped for it. So yeah, we're ready to go back into space. Can it beat Mass Effect for the best space game? Maybe. Yeah. Let's find out.
I think it's got to be enough to satiate many people's appetite to allow them to sort of give that time for Elder Scrolls. This has got to occupy their time until that's finally ready.
Yeah, it's got to be that big thing. Like, oh my god, wow, let's invest my time into this.
Yeah, and there'll be, as I said, almost unlimitless kind of stuff to search through to keep you occupied until that finally drops.
And what was it? 1,000 fucking planets and all sorts of crazy side missions and shit to do.
And not be glitchy. That's the worst thing.
And not be repetitive, because obviously you don't want to just do the same crap over and over and over again.
Yeah, we
like
did.
in Mass Effect 2.
I can see Ross. He's biting his tongue. He's being good. We already had a special guest. Pete upset him last week for talking about Mass Effect when he wasn't here. But I'm excited. We're all excited. We're going to check it out in 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Yeah, we're going to see what they say. We're very much looking forward to this, gentlemen. Let's move on.
To play on your 50th birthday.
Yeah, it's about to say.
Yeah, not quite 50. Yeah, almost. Not far. Not tremendously far off, but not quite. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, and we're going to talk about some more positive shit first. I think a new Dragon Ball game, new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi has been announced. Dragon Ball, the first 3 come out on a PS2, which it was pretty much a lifetime ago at this point. And they finally announced the 4th entry in the series. It's very early on, but they put a trailer up online, and I don't know if you guys watched it, but I thought it looked fucking awesome. Even though it was only 20 seconds of quick gameplay, but it had that sort of Dragon Ball Fighter Z style.
Oh yeah,
but in the sort of gameplay style of the Budokai and the Budokai Tenkaichi. I can't say it. Sorry, series. So on Pure X, they said. Brief description of Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form. It was also mentioned how the game was still in early stage of development. No platforms have been announced, but I mean, it would be a release on everything, wouldn't it? And the last one was Ultimate Tenkaichi in 2011. So yeah, that's a long time ago. Ian, I know we love a bit of Dragon Ball, and I know we definitely both played the Budokai and the Budokai Tenkaichi games back in there. Are you excited?
Yes, big time. I didn't really know about it, so I just read this now, but yeah. Fucking loved the original ones. They were brilliant.
Because that was the ones that sort of brought it with the sort of over the shoulder camera perspective. So you were fighting in like a big 3D arena, you're flying up in the air, you're doing all the crazy moves. It wasn't like a 2D like Fighter Z where you side on side fighting that way. Graham, you enjoy the old Budokai games?
Yeah, I think so. I thought I was getting confused with the side by side one. I don't think it was that one. It's not the massive RPG based one though, is it?
No, it's a fighting game, but it's just over the shoulder rather than side on.
Okay. So I was thinking of Xenoverse. That's what I was getting confused with.
Not said. It's sort of similar in style to Xenoverse, but nostalgia does wonderful things for my memories of Budokai Tenkaichi and all the sequels. Ross, what about you?
Yes.
You sort of perked up a
little
bit.
Oh, definitely going to be picking this up. I remember playing like the old ones, and it was like then it fell off, and you kept on getting like the repetitive fighter type ideas, where it was like the ones that we've sort of been used to recently, and it was like, yeah, these are fine, but I didn't like to play like Street Fighter in the Dragon Ball universe. I wanted to play flying around side to side and fucking doing the actual big areas that you were in for the maps. So it'll be nice to see how they upspuff that and make it a nice shiny new toy for us all to play with.
Yeah, like I said, that trailer looked tremendous. It looked like the anime, like Fighter Z does, but just somehow even more impressive. Obviously, they're going to show the Super Boos with the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Oh yeah,
this was
it's making me want to go back and pick up the one for the 360, the Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Yeah, see, I don't think I ever played that one. Last one I played, I had the ones on the PS2, like I said. And
I had the PS2 one, but I had the 360 one. That was really good. I didn't quite 1,000 yet, but
I mean, Ian, you're just letting the side down. First no double stack for Starfield, StarCraft, and now, we're
820. I got just checked. It's like I'm pretty sure I played this one.
Yeah, so that was a good bit of news to sort of wake up to the other day. We all would like a bit of Dragon Ball Z and a bit more fighting games would be wonderful.
Have you played Kakarot off topic? Well, on topic, but
Graham reviewed it, yeah, and I only played a little bit. I think it went very well.
How did you find it, Graham?
It was quite similar to the Xenoverse bit, but it kind of went all the way kind of back to basics on the story. But it was all right. It was similar to the Xenoverse games. They're quite massive and fun to explore. So if you like an RPG and you like the Dragon Ball Z thing, then a lot of fun to be had. And
I've got it downloaded because I think Pete bought it because we're Game Share buddies.
It's pretty big, but that's what I mean. But you're familiar. It's just rehashing over his story again. So that and plus a lot of padding, because obviously you have to make missions and stuff out of it. But it was all right.
I thought Xenoverse was really good. The fact that you can make your own character, make your own.
So obviously this time it's just Kakarot, but like I said, it's still good fun.
Yeah, I think with that, the reason I'll bounce off it was, as much as I like Dragon Ball Z, that early bit, because he's so weak comparatively to where he ends up with like Super Saiyan and fighting Boo and Cell and all that. I find the early bits really slow, like fighting Raditz and Vegeta for the first time and that. So I just wanted to sort of jump ahead to where he turns Super Saiyan and then carry on from there. But
I think I might pick up Xenoverse 2.
I
played the first one. I never played the Xenoverse 2.
Isn't one of them on Game Pass?
No,
was one of them on Game Pass.
Fighter Z just left. I know that.
I thought one of the Xenoverses one on there. Maybe not.
Yeah, they're quite long though, so you have to really put the hours in.
Nice. Well,
I think I did the first Xenoverse for a bit. I did quite a lot of hours in Xenoverse, the original one.
But as long as you have that time, then go for it.
Right. So so good news. Good news.
Struggle to any game.
Good news. Dragon Ball Z is back. I mean, it's never sort of gone away for the last 40 odd years, but it's back, and we're going to get a new Budokai Tenkaichi at some point in the near future, very hopefully. Right, gentlemen, we're going to have to talk about it because I don't really want to, but
do it quick. It's like a bandy. Just rip it off and just go.
I mean, I've had to make
Resident Evil 4 chat.
Its own. Well, we'll get to that, Ian. We'll get to that. Don't you fucking worry. I've had to separate our document here. It's its own titled Activision Blizzard shit because I've had enough of this now. So there was quite a lot of stories in the last week or so. The headlines mainly are that PlayStation / Sony are worried that Microsoft will make Call of Duty worse on the PlayStation. I think the quote was, "The final level may present bugs that will be that will impact the player's experience, and by the time it's fixed, our reputation will be damaged." Just shut up. They're not going to fucking. Oh, the last level is broken on Call of Duty. But they to counter that and to counter other shit, Microsoft also said that they were open to putting Call of Duty on PS Plus day one as well as Game Pass, which is madness. But I guess they've got to do something to appease the people who are saying no at the minute and pointing, wagging their fingers.
No chance in hell will it go to PS Plus.
Well, that's what they said. They all right. Let me open the store. I wasn't going to open it. I was just going to fly through it.
They say we'll let, but no chance in hell.
So Microsoft, as VGC say here, Microsoft has confirmed it's offered Sony the option to put future Call of Duty games on its PlayStation Plus subscription service on day one as part of its bid to appease regulators' concerns over the proposed Activision Blizzard acquisition. However, Sony has alleged that the offer could be reliant on unsustainable licensing costs, which would force it to raise prices. Of course, I mean, just shut up.
It's just bullshit. All bullshit. It's all them throwing their handbags, throwing the toys on the plane.
Basically, yeah. They're just having a bit of a back and forth. Microsoft going, but you can have this, and so they go, no, I don't want it. Like it's like a little child, like, no, don't want it. No. And then Microsoft also said that they won't raise prices if the deal goes through for Game Pass and stuff. which again, they're not going to be like, yeah, if we get all these games, we're going to whack the price up 200% because we can. Ha 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 ha. But the main one, which did make me laugh a little bit, I'm going to go to Tom Warren on Twitters, and he sort of quote tweets a lady named Lulu Cheng Meservi who is the COO of Activision, I think. And she says the CEO of Sony answered the question in Brussels about the Activision deal, blah, blah, blah. In his words, I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger. And she says that he said this on the 21st of February, which, I mean, that's a bit of fucking child's play, isn't it, really?
It just sums up exactly how Sony are behaving through this. They just... I'm taking my ball and going home if I don't get my way.
It is. It's just...
I don't want this, so no.
Pissy fit.
Yeah.
It's like
there was a lot of rumours around saying that it could immensely backfire now that they've been forced to expose all their kind of exclusivity deals as part of this whole thing. They're saying that if they lose that favour and they lose the war, if that basically, because they didn't sign the deal with Call of Duty, they're not obliged to sort of renegotiate that deal, and they could take it back off PlayStation because they didn't sign the deal. Yeah. Because they offered it to Nintendo, it means it's not exclusive anymore, so they're not causing the monopoly. But because Sony turned it down, the offer, they're saying that there's nothing stopping them now from, if they win this battle now and do win, they get that merger, they can then take it off of PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would, just because
I don't think they would.
That would be like the ultimate villain move. But
exactly,
there's nothing to stop them at the minute, because, like you said, they've said we don't want your deal. Nintendo gone, yeah, we'll have it, and Steam and that have gone, yeah, we'll have it. And then they'll be like, well, they want it, so we're going to give it to them. And by the way, fuck you. You just messing us around.
Exactly. Yeah. The fact that they could do that would have been awesome if that actually becomes an option, and just teeter it, just say, fine, we'll let you have it, but just to wave it over them. That'd be awesome.
Again, treating it like a naughty child, like, you're not having it. Sit there, behave yourself. Sit in the corner
just
and think
after
about what
all the grief that they've had, it just offer them and then a weaker deal, saying, "Now, fine, you were such a dick. You get it 3 months after release date now, just on your platform." Just for wasting all this time and all this extra finance to do this bloody convincing all the bloody courts.
Yeah, so
it's ridiculous because I know for a fact he'll go through and they're just trying to pussyfoot about to try and stop it and lower their stock value and stuff like that. Because the reality is, it's going to fucking happen. They've got to suck up and deal with it. And as soon as it happens, they're going to be like, oh, be nice to us. Oh, okay, we're really good. But for now, they're just being fucking
they're quite happy to take their own deals and their own, like you said, exclusive stuff, which you're going to now have to divulge because they've lost their whatever court case it was to hide that sort of stuff. But as soon as someone else tries to do it, they're like, no, you can't do that. That's our game. You can't. No, that's what we do. That's how we win. You're not allowed to do it as well. I just wanted to go back to that, what they said about degrading the version. Where's the quote on here? They could restrict, degrade, or not investing in the multiplayer experience on PlayStation, or degrading to ignore PlayStation-specific features, i.e., better controller haptics. I mean, they're not wrong; they've got better controller haptics, but it seems to be like, yeah, well, our stuff's really good, and they're going to ignore it because they don't like us. It's just fucking It's. I mean, like I said, business is going to business, but it just sings of. Yeah,
desperation,
spoiled child, and just being like, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to, you bastards. So that's about Activision Blizzard, really. I mean, this lady Lulu Cheng, she is constantly shitposting on Twitter about the whole thing. She put the thing up of, like, you know, that meme where the guy's riding his bike, and she's like Sony,
stick. And
then they got the stick, and they, Activision Blizzard deal, they shove it in the wheel, they fall off, and they're like, but they're not giving us Activision. It's like, it made me laugh. She's just fucking winding everyone up. But yes, we need to get over this now. Please get on with it. Please just deal with it so I can get rid of the section on our document that says Activision Blizzard shit, because I had enough of it. Get on with it.
Again, the saddest part of the story, but they said there's another 10 years worth of Call of Duty.
They might make it good for you, Grader. They might I don't know, put some karaoke mini games or something in there.
Yeah, another 10 years of that.
Maybe one day. For God's sake. Maybe one day. But yeah, so there's more stuff. I'm sure there's many more articles that we missed and stuff. But as we said before, I've sort of lost interest.
Yeah, I'm done eventually. Well, when it happens, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if we were more business minded, perhaps we'd have a more nuanced take. But at this point, we're just sick of it. So just get on with it. Don't talk to me again until you fixed it.
Just give us the bloody games.
Either do it or don't. I've had enough now. Just
get
on with it. Anyway, let's move on to the next quick hit story, shall we, gentlemen? And Redfall crossplay has been confirmed by Arcane, which is wonderful. I mean, that's the title says does what it says in the tin there. Really, they've confirmed PC and Xbox will play. Obviously, it's not coming to PlayStation. Oh no!
Oh no!
But yes, you better play Friends on Steam as well as Xbox Game Pass on PC and stuff as well.
Happy days.
Which is always good, especially for something like Redfall, which you're going to need all the help it can get, considering things like Lemniscate are shutting down after just 2 years. Ian, did you play? Yeah. You played Lemniscate, didn't you?
I played it quite a bit. It was good, but it was.
I was really excited to play it because I read a lot about it beforehand, and I think Carlos reviewed it for us. And I really wanted to play it. I had a couple of games, but I did terribly, and I never went back to it. And now it's going away. So it's shutting down on it's been pulled from sale on the 11th of April, and then shut. I think it left Game on the 11th of July. Probably it did leave Game Pass a few months ago as well. Yeah, but supposedly the max amount of players it ever had on Steam DB was 802, like concurrent players, which is obviously way lower than even like the bare minimum of like. Consistent multiplayer games, and I think I saw someone in the comments of the Eurogamer article where they said when they went to check after they read this, it was something like 12 players. Which
it was.
I mean, you only need 2 players to play it, but 12 players is not a good look on again just on Steam, but
on the Xbox it's quite buggy as well, and the achievements weren't working really well. So.
Yeah, and they said that apparently the control feel and stuff was a bit sluggish and not quite right, which again probably put a lot of people off. But it was like was it asynchronous multiplayer? Like so one person would take a turn. Like 24 seconds or something, wasn't it?
You could do it 2 ways. It's about 30 seconds. You could either do it both at the same time, where you both run and do something, or actually take it in turns, and then
Yeah, so
but normally
you have a team of 5, wouldn't it? So one person would take a turn, you do an action, and then on your next turn, that action replays, and then you add your second character to it. So one might run to the objective and shoot it, for example, and then the second one might run
and shoot them.
Might intercept that person on the other team, so your player can still get to them. And it was just like a bit of a game of chess, which again is a fantastic idea. It just doesn't seem like it. Sort of hit the mark really. I've still got hold of it. You can still play it offline, split screen or local multiplayer, but you can't play it online after July the 11th, which is a shame. We'll have to. I would like to have a go at some point before it goes offline. If I can hit up the 8 other people playing and be like, "Can you play with me, please?"
Well, you got to buy it first. It's not a Game Pass.
Well, I might have already got a copy of it. It's fine. But yes, anyway, that's a shame. But let's talk about some positive stuff now, shall we? City Skylines 2. Anyone the City Skylines fan?
That's positive.
Ross, I can see him jumping up there. My article I've got here, it does not exist anymore apparently. So Ross, please tell me all about City Skyline 2 is officially coming to PC and consoles, and I believe Game Pass.
City Skylines is a great game just for creating sheer chaos. Like never will I ever underappreciate how cities are designed for traffic flow, waste
is it something
management.
Along the lines of why can't I think of the game? Like a theme park type
kind of, yeah.
SimCity. Thank you. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly the same. You've got to manage a public transport system, like roads, waste management, have industrial sectors, residential sectors, deal with things that go all wrong in the town, fires, floods, X, Y, and Z stuff. Not one for people who are looking for massive action games, but people who like The Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Theme Hospital, all those sort of situational type games. It's brilliant. It's not something I could put hours upon hours in at a time, but it's always quite good. I suppose exactly the same with The Sims. You load it up, you build your city, you hit play, you see how it all pans out, you then do what you need to do for the next hour or so, turn it back off again, start it up the next time, either build a new city or continue where you were. Brilliant wee games. 2-3 hour sort of sitting down sessions, and that's you done and dusted.
Yeah, nice. I think I did try one of them. It must have been the original one on Xbox where it had like a free weekend or something, because I think it's in Game Pass as well, or it was in Game Pass.
It would have been,
Yeah, it was in Game Pass, yeah.
But yeah, again, much as I like the idea of them sort of games, they don't stick with me very long because, like you said, it's one of those ones you need to sit and sink in time and sort of learn it and build it properly and be like, right, that works now. And then you're like, now what? And okay.
It's one of these things. It's like you end up spending more time doing the setup, getting everything set up, and then you hit play, and then within an hour of hitting play, you're like, cool.
Leave that running in the background.
I want to build a new city.
I quite like the idea because there's a VR version on the Oculus Quest, and I quite like the idea of that. But again, I'm then once you've set it all up, I'm just going to stand there with my headset on, just watching. Oh, what? Okay.
God complex.
You like your God? That's the same. God complex. Yeah.
Staring down on your creation.
Look at my peasants.
Wholeheartedly disappointed in yourself, like, oh, damn.
Speaking of, we'll talk about Quest in a minute, actually. But yeah, so that's coming. I mean, it's coming this year. I believe originally they didn't announce it was coming to Game Pass, and a lot of people were like, all of these outlets aren't saying it's coming to Game Pass, and they were like, well, they didn't tell us it was coming to Game Pass. They only had told us after the fact, you bastards. Leave us alone. Oh, I hate people on the internet. So angry all the time. Anyway, let's not be angry. Let's talk about positivity things, shall we? And Graham, I know you're in need of a new controller. I know you like to break yours very quickly. Drop your coffee on it or whatever.
My daughter kicked my coffee onto it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Always blaming someone else.
They've unveiled the official Velocity Green controller, and it's out now. So you can go pick one up. Are you in the market for a green controller?
No, not for a green one. Green one doesn't appeal to me.
I mean, I like the idea of a nice. I mean, it's not the brightest green ever, but it's not bad green.
It's better than the yellow.
Yeah, it's better than the the electric volt.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fucking.
I've got the blue one. The blue one's all right.
True.
I quite like it. It's like proper Xbox.
They like to, unlike PlayStation, who bring out like 2 different colors. They've got so many different colors now, as well as obviously Design Labs. You can't really go wrong. But it's just a nice little thing to be like, oh, there's another controller color out. Go pick it up if you wish. That would be wonderful. Yeah, I think that. Ian, you look. Are you going to pick up a controller, Ian? No. Okay, so cool. All right.
Maybe if you got on sale. Maybe if it went on sale for like 40, 30 quid, maybe, but not 55.
Not a full whack.
If I didn't get the blue one, I would definitely be interested in having a look because, being burnt by that Elite Pro 2 thing, because I'm not even sure the coffee had anything to do with it. I just think the D-pad from that custom Elite thing is just shit. It's so wobbly now.
Well, hopefully it sort of rights its wrong, as it were, and you can use it to play some Gears of War. And speaking of Gears of War, Ian, did you know that they considered getting Gears of War in first person for Gears of War 4? Ian, wake up, Ian.
Oh, sorry, what? I was trying to sleep.
Again, last quick hit for you. Cliff Bleszinski, the creator, one of the creators of Gears of War, considered taking it first person prior to Microsoft buying it off of Epic. Personally, I don't think I would have liked it very much. I much prefer the third person. More at you, Ross. I know you're a bit of a Gears fan as well.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't. I don't think I want to have any sort of Gears in first person.
He was saying about Chainsaw and Locust in like Lancer in them in first person, which would have looked pretty cool. But I think it looks way better in third person, where you can see the people around you and you can see. It sort of pans out and you just can chop them in half and and then stomp them and then run off and carry on. Oh yeah,
it's a bit like Doom, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but
I'd probably enjoy it more if it was first person because I wanted to. It's not surprising.
And you can feel the headache.
I did look at playing the DLC, but I don't want to do it alone.
I'll play DLC. I told you how many times have I got. I don't have to tell you anymore. I'll play Gears of War anytime with you. Just tell me.
Okay, we'll play some this week.
Hive Busters, yeah? It's 3-player. We need
Hive
one more.
Busters.
Graham, you in? Ross, you in?
If it's 3 players, we can't all be in.
No. What I was waiting for one of you to jump in and say, yes, I'm in. No one replied. All right, just me and you in. Yeah, we'll play some more. I love a bit of Hive Busters. Right, cool. Anyway, Gears of War, let's move on because I know Ian loves it. And while Ian recovers from that very exciting Gears of War revelation, Ross, why don't you do the honours and give us a good old plug-in, please?
Oh,
I
baby.
do like a wee bit of plug-in. I feel bad. I keep letting you down. That's been like every other week you've had it for the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Not as bad as me. Fucking awful.
Well, fairness, last weekend was
Not as bad as Dan. Where's Dan these days?
exactly. Where is he this week?
Having a
Let's
sleep.
see why he wasn't on.
Sleep this week.
He's in the dungeon.
He's on the dungeon like
Anyway,
So-
plug me, please.
Patreon. You set me up there, Jay. Patreon.com/Xbox Tavern for all of your weekly behind the scenes or after dark shows. If you want to jump over there and support us with your hard-earned money for less than a price of a cup of coffee, that'd be greatly appreciated. Goes to things like the production of the show, the software that we use for all of that, the website, goes to everything like that. It helps us keep all the lights on. Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, that'll be the best places that we can get into your ears. If you could jump over, rate us 5 stars, leave a wee comment, what we do good, what we do rubbish, what your thoughts are on Jay Beanie
Wearing
collection.
a hat.
Yeah,
Will we ever see Jay's hair?
exactly. Well, it's like that must be like one of the
Beanies for
goals.
days.
Once we get to like, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, that's like the reveal.
Hair
which is hilarious.
reveal.
Whoa. We're nearly at 1,000. Let's
Exactly.
aim a bit higher.
1,000, yes, 1,000.
Hat off, locks flowing.
If we get to 1,500, I'll let it out. I'll let my hair out. I'll take my hat off and I'll just give it the proper Timotei all that episode long.
I'll say
Let's do
you
1,000.
Princess
It's
Leia
fine.
buns.
Yeah, and 2,000 for a buzz cut.
Yeah. 2,000 for a buzz cut. You're on.
Written reviews, I'm sure Jay will have a list of them, can be found over at xboxtavern.com. Socials run along the bottom of the screen: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You'll find us there. Discord, come over, join us for our Guess the Game section. Quite a wee good run there. There was a bit of an annoyance with, was it today's one?
Oh, with DA.
Yeah, where I picked like fucking, I kept messing it up. Was not impressed that I didn't get that in the first 3. So we've got a wee channel specified for that. We've got a wee
I got
section.
it.
Well,
Not in free, though, that's for sure.
well, exactly. There's a wee section there for questions for the podcast, general gaming chat, then there's just general chat places as well. So if you want to jump over to Discord, the link to that will be in the show notes at the end of the show. And last but by no means least, insert coin, £5 off orders over £50 with promo code Xbox Tavern 23. And I see at least 2 pieces of merchandise, I'm sure.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Life is Strange hot dog t-shirt this evening.
Dreamcast
and
back in the day.
Yeah,
Dan.
beanie as well.
A wee beanie as well.
I love
We
that.
love it.
Yeah, I mean, they got some good stuff coming up, including The Last of Us. I know it's on Xbox. It's fucking wonderful. My bank balance is saying no. But my
No.
heart is saying yeah.
Oh, I think I could. I wonder if they'll have StarCraft stuff or Redfall.
They definitely probably will. I wouldn't be surprised if they
Did
don't.
you do that on purpose, Ross?
Maybe.
I like it. I like it.
You got foreshadowing. And that, Jay, is your plugs for the week.
Thank you. I feel satiated and whole once again. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Let's move on to Project Game Pass, shall we? And which is our segment every week where we talk about the game we've chosen from Game Pass every month to play. We discuss, we give it a rating, and yeah, we move on to the next game. This month is Atomic Heart, the recently released game, new day one into Game Pass.
World exclusive.
And I know I spoke to Graham last week. Ian and Ross, you weren't here, so let's go with Ross first. What's your thoughts and opinions on Atomic Heart first, if you've played it?
It's getting better. The axe is
it's good.
ridiculous. The axe is just ridiculous.
Yeah, Axe is very overpowered.
I'm having so much fun just finding automatrons like whole The Shining type moments. Beautiful looking game. Not had any bugs that I can think of. I had seen that there was a couple of issues with the Xbox version. But,
the only one I had annoying
No,
was
not
the
seen
fucking Zoom, the Vision I was telling Jay last night, where it takes you to press the IB or RB, on which one it is, and you got to double tap it. But the way they word it on the screen was fucking dreadful. Took me bloody ages to get through that bit.
No, enjoying it so far. Storyline is, I don't want to say convoluted, but there's fucking shit tons to take in. Especially like all the logs for like all the like the wee projector type computer screens and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the emails.
Yeah.
Email.
But no, really having fun with it so far. Like how it looks, gameplay. It's not the best gameplay game I've ever played, but it's by certainly no means a poor game, I would say, in that regard.
I think, regards to gameplay, for me, it's very much the way I'm playing it is because the axe is overpowered. It very much feels like a first-person hack and slash.
Yeah,
that's all I'm doing. I don't really ever use the gun. I think I used the shotgun every couple of times.
I quite like the powers.
I got the energy gun. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's like the small pistol one.
Yeah, it's like a small pistol, but it uses energy. I've been using that quite a lot.
I might have to give that more of a go because
especially those little flying fuckers. It's good to take those out.
Flying
fuckers.
Yeah.
I just get the axe and wave in the air.
Wow, that's I can pick them off in a distance, especially those flaming head robots as well.
I do find the stealth very like shit. Like you foot crouch, and there's under the sea. Like, how are you seeing me from fucking miles away?
Yeah, the stealth's not the best.
I wouldn't know because I would never try it.
I see Gray taking all about 4 steps in stealth and going, "Nah, fuck, I'm done."
As soon as I see an enemy in the distance, it's like it's on. Game time.
Chasing the bastard.
If anything, they need to stealth from me.
So even when there's stealth tutorial, I still fucked that up. I was like,
yeah, so did I.
Fucked up the stealth tutorial. Like, fuck it, just hack and slash away.
Yeah, the only thing that's challenged me was that fucking pipe.
I was fine with the pipe bit. I got the bit after the pipe bit where the fucking massive worm came out. I was nowhere near it and it killed me. It's like, how have you killed me? Like, you're fucking like.
It was the bit after that killed me, where the cart falls down and the fucking ninja black robot gets out of it. That one that kept sneaking up on me.
No, it's just for me. It was a fucking worm that literally like 10 foot in front of me and still killed me. It's like, how have I died from this?
I think that got you, didn't it, Jay?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, and I had to climb that fucking pipe again.
Fucking pipe.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played it again this week. Every time I went, I thought I could play a little bit now, and I've got 10 million other games I'd rather play right now. So no, I'm not doing it. Oh, I'll play some more this week. Then.
But I'm slowly getting into it.
I'm getting into it as well.
The RV demo, but I played that instead. So I'm enjoying it.
So yes, we're all playing it. These three are enjoying it a lot more. I think, especially because Pete was sort of more on my wavelength, but I'm sure we'll talk to him again before the end of the month. And we'll go from there and play some more Atomic Heart. Right, gentlemen, we can talk about the games we've been playing this week. And I mean, I don't want to be selfish, but I'm going to jump straight in. You know it's coming.
Let's hold fire.
Oh, actually, sorry, I thought that was after this bit. Sorry, Ian.
I was looking at the show notes.
Tell me all about your new feature idea that you've got here. Tell me. So fill us in. You wouldn't tell me last night.
I wouldn't tell you last night because you could prepare. So to fill you in, whilst we haven't got any questions, and whilst we're a bit bored waiting for Jamie to sort his quiz out, I'm going to do a little mini kind of every week. There'll be like a mini question round, and obviously you get points, and then obviously you just be like, after that, say 5-6 weeks, we'll just tally them up and see who do well. So basically, it's always going to be based on top 5. It won't be top 5 in games all the time, but this week will be top 5. So you can't go and research top 5 on certain things. So all you got to do now really is you can either write it down or think in your head. Top 5 games on Xbox played last year.
What, in terms of hours or in terms of sales or what?
Hours. This is based
played.
The top
based
5,
on your true
most
achievements?
popular. Yes.
Okay.
So it's based, but
Xbox
this is just solely Xbox platform has been researched. They use a tool called Game Insight, which tracks hours played on a certain amount of games for the Xbox back-end system, I imagine. And they've compiled a list. So basically, or jot down in about, you got about a minute to jot down.
Or 5. Okay.
Five games.
So what? How are we? What are we expecting from us? We've got a list of 5 games, or we've got to go round robin, or what?
No, just be 5 games, and you say your 5 games, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong at the end. And then basically, whoever gets the most right wins. So there's no order, so you don't worry about having to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just top 5, and then we'll go from there. So you can use your computer to type it, I imagine, because we're all in front of computers.
Well,
I mean, we are.
You might need to check Ross's Google.
Yeah, Ross is probably Googling right now.
What was that program called again? Let me just quickly.
I've got 5 anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm ready when you are. We'll go off memory.
Go off memory, or look at you.
So how are you?
Brave man.
Pick our 5 or just doing 1 each or what?
We can say your 5 in, and then at the end I'll read them. So I guess Jamie, do you want to do your 5 first? Since you don't write anything down.
So this is multiplayer and single player, just played in general, right? Yeah.
Just played in general. It's literally the wording is gameplay charts, most played games of 2022.
Cool. I'm gonna go for Fortnite, Modern Warfare 2. Yeah. GTA Online or GTA 5, whichever one it is. Let's go PUBG and Apex.
Okay, and Ross?
I had Fortnite, Warzone, GTA, FIFA, and I couldn't think of a 5th one.
Do you want to say a game? Couldn't think of it, just say a game.
Halo.
Okay. Which one?
Infinite.
Okay. Gray?
I had FIFA, Call of Duty Warzone as well, Fortnite, GTA 5, and I put Elden Ring in there as well.
Ooh, that's a good shout. And I thought
Considered Elden Ring.
Cool. So you have to remember which one you got because I can't add what you said, but we'll go from there. So number one is Minecraft.
Oh, fuck!
Not a single person picked Minecraft.
Yeah. Number 2 was indeed Fortnite.
Hey!
Number 3 was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Hey!
Yeah. Number 4 was surprisingly Halo Infinite.
Wow.
And 5 was Call of Duty Modern Warfare / Warzone. So the first Modern Warfare, not the second. Not Warzone 2. Because it's separated in there. Modern Warfare Warzone, then Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2. So that was actually 6, surprisingly. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's really high this year. So there we go. So how many did everyone get?
Well, I didn't say Halo. I think did I?
I got 3. 2. Ross got 4.
Ross got 4. Did he?
Yeah, because he said that Halo one at the end.
Oh, he did.
He said Fortnite. He also said a GTA, and I think he said Warzone, and then he threw out Halo at the end.
Yeah, he put FIFA, didn't he? Yeah. Cool. So Ross wins week 1 of
this. What's the name of the game? What's the name?
Top 5. It's top 5.
Top 5.
Ian's top 5.
Ian's top 5. I like it.
So again, it won't always be on games because obviously we'll just mess it up. So it'll be always random things. Just kind of bait the podcast of it and everyone get a bit interactive and see what they can think top 5 could be. So yeah, just a bit of fun during the podcast whilst we wait for the next quiz. Ross is 1-0 up.
Well, next quiz will be coming sooner rather than later. Hopefully, I've almost finished preparing. I've just got a few more bits and pieces to
you got 9
finalize.
episodes.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, we need to talk about the date, but we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah,
we might bring it forward a little bit, but it will be ready when it's ready, and it will be ready very soon. However,
we'll keep the top 5 going just for fun.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. I enjoy a good quiz, and why not? Let's have a weekly quiz as well. Like everybody's favorite podcast Unlock. You love it, Ian. Anyway, as I was saying, before we get interrupted by Ian's new wonderful quiz idea, which I enjoy very much, we're going to talk about a certain game known as
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella.
Resident Evil 4. I'll be waiting all the show to play that little clip. Oh, what tremendous. Has anybody else played
I
the
literally was
demo?
about to type grade. Has he kicked us all out?
Exactly.
Has
We're
anybody
not allowed
else
to interrupt.
There'd have been a
Someone
small
else must have
mercy.
played the demo. Ian, I know you haven't. Ross, have you played it? You sons of bitches. Oh, right. Okay. So the demo it come out, the Capcom showcase, which we probably should have talked about, but I mean, there was nothing really for us as Street Fighter and Monster Hunter. But Resident Evil main thing, yes. And they finally released the demo. It's the opening village area from Resident Evil 4. So if you've played the game, you'll be familiar with the idea. And it's remixed, obviously, in remake style. So you begin and you walk through the sort of opening bit and you do a bit of exploring. There's a few items to find. And then you get into the village and it's just a massive, like, horde mode, basically, trying to survive until someone rings a bell. Who rings the bell? No one knows. And then the demo ends. You can play it as much as you like, unlike the previous demos for Resident Evil 2 and I think 3 as well, where they had like an hour limit you could play. This is only available until the game launches, but you can play it as much as you like in between now and then. So I've played it through maybe 6 times at this point because I'm a massive nerd, obviously. And it's tremendous. I'll start with a negative because there is one slight negative, which is a shame.
Leon's in it.
Oh, easy.
It ends early. That's why.
It's so short. No, the only negative I said to Ian last night is the performance on the Xbox version, especially when I had ray tracing on, was quite almost like stuttery. Like as he's running, he's sort of got a bit too much of a it's sort of. I can't remember a very good job explaining it. It's not as smooth flowing as I would expect.
What you're saying is it's a PlayStation conspiracy. They made. I mean, version.
There's obviously been people online saying, "Oh, I can't believe PlayStation have paid Capcom to make the Xbox version worse." But having played both the PlayStation demo and the Xbox demo, the PlayStation demo does play a lot nicer. Like, does feel a lot nicer.
It's true.
Which is heartbreaking because it felt a lot smoother. It controlled a lot better, and obviously the haptics, the better haptics, as Sony put it themselves earlier on, do feel a lot nicer. But the demo is great. You get to the village, you fight off a load of infected Ganado, and then the chainsaw guy comes out, Dr. Salvador, and he just, if you let him get to you, he will just fucking mess you up. He shoves it in your chest and rips you in half, and then, it's tremendous. What a tremendous opening to a game, and what a tremendous demo. You can play it as many times as you want, and if you play it a second time or multiple times, you unlock what's called Mad Chainsaw mode, which just increases the enemy difficulty, enemy health, enemy amount. And I nearly completed it on my second attempt. It's so hard though, because in the opening section you fight one enemy as the tutorial, but on Mad Chainsaw there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're also super strong and super hard to kill, and you've only got the same amount of ammo, and it's really hard. But I really enjoyed it, and there's even in the demo there's like loads of little Easter eggs. So if you go into the village having discarded everything out of your inventory, you can access a secret area which will give you a machine gun to use, which then obviously makes things easier. And then once you played it through a couple of times, you start with that gun, so then that will again make things easier, especially in Mad Chainsaw mode. But yeah, apart from the stutteriness on Xbox with the ray tracing on, it feels great. It looks fucking tremendous. It looks so much better than obviously the GameCube original, as well as even better than Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remake. You can get through it in like 5 minutes, maybe, if you just run through it all, or you can take your time and explore and find little, again, even more Easter eggs, even more little trinkets.
I know we're talking about a game that's got zombies and mutants and stuff in it, but I'm sorry, my immersion was completely broke when I seen fucking whatever the guy's name is blocking a chainsaw with just his pistol.
What do you mean, whatever the guy's name is? I'll have, that's Leon S. Kennedy, damn it, and you put some respect on that damn name.
Standing there with a pistol, like holding the pistol at the pot and the handle, and this small section here is holding off the full chainsaw.
Well, the very first sort of cutscene, he goes into the room and the Ganado's there, and he sort of walks off and he surprise attacks him, and he blocks it with a knife, but he's got his hand, the blade like that on his hand, And the guy's got an axe and he's whacking it. He's like, yeah, no, I'll just hold the sharp blade of this knife, no problem. He just shoves it off and gives him a good old roundhouse kick as Leon wants to do. And then he comes back as like a super strong version.
Usually he blocks it with his floppy fringe.
Yeah. And yeah, the opening village, if you played the GameCube original, you'll know there's like different houses and stuff you can go in, and you can jump out windows and knock ladders down and climb up ladders and climb up the bell tower to try and escape for a little bit. And it's all there, it's all correct. It just feels even more awesome because of new gen, wonderful trailers. And yeah, I think it's fucking brilliant. We've only got a couple of weeks of the main game. You're going to get a lot more out of me then, I'm sure. But for this one moment, I very much enjoying the demo.
Yeah, I think you can use your phrase for the cover art, Jay. It looks better than it did on the GameCube.
It does look better.
That's like the minimum requirement of an upscuffed game on the Xbox.
But it doesn't. It looks. What I was getting at with that is it looks as you remember it, but obviously it's been 20 odd years nearly, so the technical ability is vastly improved. I think it's fucking tremendous. I'm very much enjoying playing it.
Yeah, even from that trailer, it looks familiar. Lots of grey with a Backstreet Boy as the main character.
Backstreet,
yes.
back away.
So and
I feel like
I've got one more clip for you.
His privileges off him for when he plays the full game, because I feel like if any of us have anything negative to say, we'll just be like excommunicado for the podcast.
What do you mean like this?
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Where are they going? Bingo indeed. Oh,
what?
Tremendous.
So really.
Bingo.
I love it. I love a bit of cheesy Resident Evil dialogue. But anyway, that's enough of me talking about Resident Evil, because again, it's only the demo. We still got a whole game to come out yet. Let's go on to 24th. So 2 weeks.
Oh, so I got a week to play the demo, then we can talk about it.
Oh, yeah, you got plenty of time to play the demo, yeah. And like I said, there's loads of Easter eggs and stuff. I'm sure there's still stuff people haven't found, which weeks. Anyway, Ian, tell me all about a game you've been playing called The Legend of Tianding.
Sorry, yes, me.
You don't want to? I mean, you are Ian, I believe.
I am. So yeah, I guess I don't know where to start really on this. It's sort of like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, so similar to, like, I guess if you didn't play Mark of Ninja Stealth, it'd be that. A bit like Guacamelee. That's a good way to kind of comparison with it. If you ever played that, it's all done side-scrolling. So again, it's kind of like a deep lore story where your guy plays Liao Tianding, and basically you're just trying to be this kind of good guy, trying to be like a bit like Robin Hood, and trying to defeat all the evil empire, and just kind of trying to make the poor richer and the richer poorer. So kind of a classic kind of hero trying to be good. Apparently it's based on real life events, but I never knew this. But apparently it is. Apparently it's a kind of traditional Taiwanese Chinese kind of Magna story that happened back in the day. Obviously not as crazy as where they put it in. Obviously there's not a random guy fucking going through wells and sewers. But it's been quite good fun so far. It feels like it's quite a long game as well, because I feel like I'm in chapter 3 and I've been playing for 4 or 5 hours. It just feels like I'm playing quite a long time to get through all these levels and kind of exploring. It doesn't really give you much hand holding as well, so it'll show you once how to do a move, and then you've got to kind of figure out yourself what you're doing. But the combat's quite fluid and quite fun. Again, a lot of it's if you've played Mark Ninja without being stealthy, you've got kind of dodge, but again, it's not very much one hit, one kills. So you just have to kind of knock them down and fight it. It's really kind of interesting because it's also got a few more platform elements as well. So that's kind of good fun. And you can kind of explore. So kind of that way it makes it a bit more interesting. The cutscenes are all in, I assume it's Japanese or Taiwanese language. So again, it's all a lot of reading. And I didn't think of anywhere where you could actually change the language to English. So I guess his best way of pulling it is kind of like Guacamelee, but not Metroidvania style. Because it's very much like, he's got his story, like it goes through his progressions and stuff. The art style is really cool. I enjoyed the soundtrack as well. I found that it fits the story. Like sometimes we play some games, the music does not fit the game at all. Like, what the fuck? Whereas this, I feel like it actually does fit it quite well.
So the combat was good.
Yeah, combat was fluid and really interesting and fun. And like I say, you learn combos as you go through, and you learn new more mechanics as you go along. So yeah, I do find it it's more fun. Again, there's a bit where you can do combats where you can do moves and they get a bit stunned, and then you kind of press Y and you kind of do this weird like cloth thing, and you take the weapon. So that's kind of good fun. You can have different weapons each time you find someone. You take their weapon, makes it a lot more easier to defeat them because they'll be unarmed and you've got their weapon. So you can beat them up easier. And the boss fights are quite fun and hard for once. It's not just like rinse and repeat. You actually have to do a few like dodging and actually kind of dodge, fight, go back and like kind of avoid their attacks and stuff and do like parries. So yeah.
Fair enough. So you recommend?
Yeah, I actually do. I was surprised. Yeah, I do recommend it actually. Yeah. Like I said, the combat, even though you learn as you go along, once you've got the hand of it, it's quite simple. So it's not one of those ones where you have to keep struggling, keep remembering, keep pressing start to kind of learn the combat and what kind of things you can do. It is quite fluid and it kind of makes it quite simple once you kind of get used to it. I'm not sure if there's any collectibles in it. I haven't really found anything like that. Or the achievement system, the achievements look all right. I think there's probably 2 playthroughs. You've got to do one's on normal, one's on hardcore. But yeah.
See, you're going to get that 1,000?
Probably not. We're tied now.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah.
It's like Jason will play another Resident Evil.
Another faggot.
Claims. Graham, let's move on to you then, shall we? And I mean, Ian's been pretty positive. Obviously, you need to change your plans after talking about Resident Evil, but I understand you're not quite as excited about a certain game called Wolong.
No, not excited at all. If anything, it made me furious how annoying and terrible it was. Visually, yeah, it's awesome. It looks great. I mean, a lot of the Dynasty Warriors based games do look pretty good, and they age quite well as well. But it's just the combat. I mean, ever since the Dark Souls series kind of came out, the people have just been trying to sort of mimic it and template it and just putting their own spin on it. But yeah, they've done it with this, and I didn't know that at first. I just saw that the fact it was based on the same sort of lore as the Dynasty Warriors game, because I'm a big fan of those and the Samurai Warriors games, and it does have the lore from it, but that's kind of where it ends. I mean, some of the character models obviously look like them as well, but that Souls gameplay is just tedious. I got all the way to kind of the first boss, and even that was a bit of a challenge, but to get to the first boss, I couldn't get past it. And it is possible, but it would just take a lot of tedious ducking around and slap and running, which I don't know who finds that fun. I seriously do not know who finds that rubbish fun.
I think it's one of those you can't even grind, you can't even over level.
Well, they did say there's an encouragement to grind because it has a sort of watered down Nemesis version, similar to like Shadow of War kind of games, that as you kill people, your morale goes up. And the more morale you have, the more damage you kind of do. And if you get killed, you kind of lose your morale. And it's got the fact that the person that kills you, their morale goes up. So they get a bit stronger and you get that revenge mechanic. So if you kill them back, you kind of get an extra boost of kind of morale by killing the person that killed you, which is, I mean, that bit's fine. That bit's quite interesting. But you lose me where that first boss where you have to be so accurate in your deflections. But usually when you sort of deflect, you have a window to attack. You don't even have a window to attack. You deflect him, and if you try, he sort of hits you again straight away. And it's just, not fun. It's, I tried it, and then I even sort of managed to get him down to about half his health. And this was on like 7th or 8th try. And I was like, this isn't fun. I stopped caring about everything else on there. I mean, they have equipments which could be interesting, like different kind of like affects your character model and different magics. You get to unlock magics just before you fight the boss as well. So you can throw sort of fire, you can throw kind of ice. I mean, there's so many interesting things that are in there, but I'll never experience it because they decided to make it very soulsy and it's just dull as hell. So,
but this developer, that's their forte, is it not?
but they're also the same ones that did their Wanted one, right, Joe?
It was some of the developers from Team Ninja went on to create. Yeah, Team Ninja made like Ninja Gaiden and
and that is it Neo?
Neo,
yeah, which was a Souls type idea.
Yeah, that was my fault by not knowing it was them involved. I just saw the Dynasty
I
Warriors part of it. And
I
that
was
was
much the same as you, Gray. I've not started it based on what you said. It was very much of I was thinking of Dynasty Warriors as in just a single story and not the mass sprawling type battles of Dynasty Warriors and having the whole storyline behind it and things like that as well. And then you was like, "No, it's a Souls game," and I was like, "I just won't bother installing that." Then
I had enough fun with it with fucking Elden Ring. I was like, I'm not doing my suffering again.
Yeah, which is annoying because it looks stunning.
Yeah.
Thing is, Elden Ring was great as well, but it got to the point where I was like, I'm dying more than I'm actually having fun. So I was like, I haven't played since.
There becomes a limit to how much suffering you can tolerate as being fun.
Yeah, exactly that. It's it didn't get me hooked, and it was just very depressing. The reason I was mentioning on that the Wanted game was the fact that they had that mode. If you get killed enough, it kind of offered to lower your kind of difficulty to get past it. But there's just no difficulty settings in here just to allow people to enjoy the kind of story. It's just a one difficulty fits all. And the bit that annoyed me even said that sort of if your enemy's morale gets higher, they become more powerful. And if you lose morale, you become weaker. So I was like, if this boss keeps killing me, it means it's going to keep getting harder and harder. I was like, well, that's a fucking stupid thing. I was like, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. I'll leave it to the tedious donkeys who enjoy that kind of game.
Who beat it using a dance mat.
Pretty much.
I remind me of those people. Fucking using the fucking guitar.
Guitar Hero.
I think I said before, if this sort of thing had come out when we were younger, I probably would have been into it because I used to love like really hard games and putting everything as hard as possible. Like, yeah, I'll do it. But now I can't. I've got no time for it.
Yeah, if I've got time to game, I want to enjoy the time that I've got to game, not to learn mechanics and struggle fucking doing a section for 4 hours and then realizing that you fucked it. Yeah.
Like Gray was saying, like do it over and over and over again and only get halfway down the health.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to do that thing, do it properly. If you deflect an attack, leave a fucking opening window for attack and don't give them so much health. Like having that bit is intense, but fucking hell, it takes an age to sort of reduce their health down. What is the point? That's not fun. Having the same battle for like an hour.
Done it recently is Sekiro has had that nice balance of if you fuck up, you get owned, but if you do a perfect counter, like Gray's saying, there is that window that you can go in and deal massive damage. I think Sekiro is definitely the one that's hit the best sort of balance between it's really fucking tough and you can get owned, but if you learn the mechanics well enough, you get a very satisfying experience.
I mean, who knows? We won't be able to play that on Game Pass someday if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through.
Hi.
The last time I mentioned that on the podcast. Ross, let's go to you now then. Tell me all about a game. Dealer's choice. You've got a few games listed down there, but I can't decide what I want to hear about, so tell me. Go for it.
I'll start off the one that's actually relevant to, the console that we represent. And I've been playing a wee bit more of Hogwarts. I don't know. It's just like guilty pleasure, this game. Like, I shouldn't be enjoying it as much as I am. But at the same time, it's really quite fucking good.
Are you still playing it with your wife or are you on your own now?
Yeah. Just like going around and like blasting the shit out of things. And yeah.
Are you evil or good?
I'm not doing evil yet. I mean, I think if I ever play it again, I'll go proper dark side and Anakin in the fucking Jedi Academy type shit. But as it stands just now, it's just the the thing is, like, because the killing curses or all the forbidden curses are in it, obviously, but there's a couple of the offensive spells that are not deemed as being unforgivable. Some of them are fucking brutal, like raining down lightning strikes through the sky and stuff like that. Like, holy shit. I think it's just the sort of, you always wondered what it would be like to be a wizard at Hogwarts when you were younger, if you were into the Harry Potter sort of books and the films and stuff, and now you actually get the chance to experience it, all your different spells. Obviously, there's like customization of your looks and like the transmog system, so you can have all the best stats but still look the way that you want to look in game. And same with like the wands, you can customize your wand to look how you want it to look with all different interiors. It doesn't necessarily change the ability of the wand. It just, you've got a wand that's unique to how you want it to look. But no, it's a proper enjoyable wee game. I have no idea how far I am through it. I don't know even how long the game is to be able to give you a rough idea how long I am through it. But just going things like Hogsmeade, the broom, the flying on it is fantastic. I wish they had put Quidditch in, because the actual flying mechanics on it was great. I remember playing like the Quidditch World Cup games on the PS2. And if they introduced like that game,
there was a Quidditch World Cup game.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
I knew it existed, but I can't believe you played it.
Damn right, I fucking played it. I played shit out of that game.
I've never watched one Harry Potter.
But the game does look fun, to be fair.
Yeah, I am. I'm really enjoying it. I probably should just get my finger up my arse and get it completed, but. Yeah, I've been dragged down too many different rabbit holes and haven't got a chance to actually do it.
So many things to play. It's like I can't stick with one for more than a few hours before I need to move on. But yeah, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I really want to start it with there's sleeping right now, hopefully. A birthday in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Nope. We've lost you.
We're gone.
Your mic keeps going, ooh, and then drop them off.
Can you hear me now? I'm back. Am I back?
Yes. It's something about a birthday, but it cut off.
So anyway, Resident Evil I was talking about. Resident Evil, no. Yeah, my eldest is it's her birthday soon, and we've got it for her birthday. Well, to give it a try, even though I don't really care about Harry Potter, but I'm very interested to give it a try. Let's go back to. Let's look at the list here. Graham, let's go back to you. Go back round the way we went. Take a pick. Ishin, like a dragon Ishin. Do you want to chat about that for a little bit more?
Yeah, why not? I've finally written the review up for that, and I gave that to you yesterday.
Up now.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It's got exactly the same kind of things that you'd expect from Yakuza kind of like games. I didn't realize at first that it's a remake of a 2014 game, but yeah, everything about it kind of looks very polished. The graphics have come up nicely. The mini games, activities, everything's there to sort of just to, as I say, distract you from the main game. The story feels a little bit recycled from the first Yakuza game, which is a bit of a shame. But if you haven't played any of the Yakuza games, this is a fine one to start with instead, because it's kind of similarly like a Yakuza game, but set in the Edo area with samurais. And if what I mentioned in my review, the same thing, you have access to more guns in this game than you do in the actual modern era, which is quite fun. So you can even use it as a default weapon. You can just have a handgun as your weapon when you're fighting like groups of enemies. And it's something weird about seeing a group of samurais coming at you. You just got a gun, and you just popping them from a distance. Bang, 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 bang.
The ancient samurai weapon of a pistol.
Yeah, I know. It feels so anti-samurai. It's so weird. But yeah, no, but there's a wicked sort of sword and gun combo called Blade Dancer. So you sort of like swipe, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. And it's quite a cool kind of combo that you can do with those. But yeah, it's Kiryu as the main guy, Ryoma, and he's almost the exact same guy, an orphan in the exact same way as a Yakuza. He's sort of freakishly strong. They even mention that he's freakishly strong in the same way as they do in the first Yakuza. And his adoptive father gets killed. also what happens in the Yakuza game. So it's just very similar to kind of what happens, and the whole vengeance piece is there, and him getting the blame for it. And so just a lot of the same veins in the storyline. But if you haven't played any of them, this will be sort of an awesome jumping off point to sort of get, because it's disconnected from the Yakuza series. Other than them reusing the characters, it's a completely kind of new kind of storyline. And so it's great to step into, and there's lots of different kind of activities, including karaoke, as Jay mentioned earlier, that's back. And there's even some weird dancing with fans, which is really hard to play. It's in the same sort of way as a Guitar Hero kind of base things, where you have to time the buttons. You have two like D-paddy like sections on both sides of the screen, and one you have to press the D-pad on the exact right time, but on the right hand side you've got the buttons A, B, X, Y on the other side, and some appear on the same, so you have to look at both sides of the screen to try and hit the coordinations. So you're barely looking at your badass character dancing with fans in the foreground, but yeah, it's fun.
Have your eyes going out opposite directions.
It is so hard to get really sort of good scores on that game, but it's just that's just one side quest. There is an extra bit about farming and cooking in there, but yeah, it just seemed a bit tacked on. But there's much more fun activities to get onto, and lots of different side quests to sort of occupy your time. And yeah, in a similar kind of vein, it's just a great RPG. I love that kind of the series, so totally recommend it. It is good fun.
Hopefully there's no fishing in it.
Unfortunately, there is.
Oh.
Not as tedious as some of the games, but the thing is, it's a choice. You don't have to do it. It's not part of any kind of game. Although
yeah,
it is
Jay,
part
it's
of
a
one
choice.
side
You don't
quest.
have to do it.
You don't have to do it, but you should definitely do it. It's highly recommended at all times.
Yeah, and there is a side quest for it, but yeah, you don't have to do those either.
Well, let's get back to Ian then. Ian, I know you haven't got anything else on your list. Have you got anything else you've been playing at all, or should we skip on?
Not much else really. I did double a bit of Legend Dragoon. I'm just going through that, and then I've also been playing a bit of Pokemon as always. But apart from that, really, I'm getting ready for the next raid, which is Decidueye. I think it's going to be.
Well, since you brought it up, why don't you
choice.
two get out your systems, Ross, Ian, talk about whatever Pokemon thing it is you need
Poking
to
each
talk about.
other's mon. Get it on.
I'm going for toxicity. So I'm going for.
I'm going to probably use. I'll probably use Iron Hands to be
I'm going
fair.
for
'Cause that'd
that.
be the easiest.
Yeah, that will be. That's what I've seen a lot of. But toxicity is getting a bit of love for it as well. So I might go for something a wee bit different. Keep it a wee bit more entertaining.
That's a might try and force because I find that's been quite good because that's pure electric.
Yeah,
But we'll see. I'll probably just Iron Hands it to be fair because that's
get over done with.
There you go, Jay. We're done.
Fucking hell, so I wasn't expecting that. I thought we'd be here for ages. All right, cool.
Could sidetrack onto the fact that I've picked up a 3DS to start playing through the originals again.
What is happening there?
Okay, so Jay's mic just
So it's
exploded.
Jamie. That was
Holy
shit!
shit!
I thought it was Graham.
Oh,
Let's just take a few 10 seconds to recover our ears.
Sorry to everyone who was just listening just then who were
Jesus fuck!
affected by
Is that
audio.
better? We're back.
Yeah,
You know what? There's something wrong with this microphone because I was using it the other day for something and it went incredibly quiet for no reason. And I've no idea why. And obviously, I'm assuming it just made an incredibly horrendous noise because I didn't hear anything.
Yes.
And everybody
Yeah,
just went,
yeah, it went fucking bang.
yeah, I'm not
So
quite sure what's
what I
going on
was
here.
saying before Jay's fucking mic cataclysmically failed is I picked up a 3DS because the Nintendo
Wait, I think it's
eStore
going again. I think it's going again. Wait.
for the older games is shutting down on the 27th of March.
Yes.
So
I know,
you
that's
can
really shit.
you can only get certain games, or you can only get certain Pokemon from certain games from the older ones if you have the game currently installed, and then you can put it in a Pokemon bank, use the Poke Transporter, and that'll take you to Pokemon Home, which you can then bring it into the more modern games. It's not a massive thing, but certain things about it is like they'll have a specific. So the newer games you have like mark or markings. They'll have like an origin mark, which is like a tiny little original Game Boy attached to them. So you'll always have them for future reference. Like, this is my Charizard that I got from the original games that I've brought all the way to the most current generation. And holy fuck, I forgot how much these games did not hold your hand in the slightest.
Very grindy.
Fuck. Yeah, very, very grindy. It's making me like miss Scarlet and Violet. Just
How far you got so far?
I am just leaving Lavender Town, having just cleared the Pokemon Tower.
And what's your team so far?
I currently have War Turtle, Charmeleon, Ivysaur, Needle King, Kadabra.
Pikachu?
No, it's got to rid of him as fast as I could. Oh, Jolteon. That's it. I couldn't remember who it was.
You got a Pikachu?
Yeah.
You got fucking Charizard and Blastoise. Oh, you're such a basic bitch.
No, I've caught them.
I want to get Charizard because I'm so cool.
They won't use them in the end game.
I want to get Charizard.
Soon as I've got my Lapras and my Snorlax, I'm fine. And my final 4 going into the Elite will be, hopefully, Kadabra, Nidoking, Snorlax, and Lapras.
And 2 more, because 6.
Yeah, I know, but the 4 that'll actually be the ones that I want on my team.
If your last 2 is Charizard, punch it.
No. Maybe Zapdos, and Arctic.
Jigglypuff.
No, fuck it. Jigglypuff. There we go.
Jigglypuff. I prefer Jigglypuff.
The last 2 are irrelevant. As long as I've got my front 4, I'm fine.
That's been your Xbox Taverns podcast update of the Pokemon update of the week. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Ross, have you got anything else you want to talk about? PUBG perhaps, or
more chicken dinners? Just chicken dinners every time we play. There's chicken dinners for everybody.
how many in a row this time? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
None more in a row. Just sporadic ones. A nice little game last night with, I think I finished on 5 or 6 kills. With a wee chicken dinner at the end of that. I think I got 2 chicken dinners last night. It was rather enjoyable. Do you like a wee KFC?
Can't beat a bit of chicken for din-dins. Speaking of Battle Royales, though, have you checked out the new Fortnite season that come out
No.
a couple of days ago?
Did I see it properly that there's Pokemon coming to it?
No, I think that was some sort of fan,
Was that a spoof?
Fan trailer.
Balls!
Thing, yeah.
That was getting me intrigued.
Yeah, they dropped the new trailer, new season, sorry, I should say. And they've introduced a whole new sort of city and areas, obviously, as they do, and new weapons. One of them is like a right word. I won't say beam katana, but I don't think that's what it's called. But you can attack people or do like a super powered like dash move to kill others. And I'm really enjoying it. I've been playing it with kids. They're really enjoying it as well. I'm not overly keen on the battle pass this season. I might skip it for now until I've leveled up a bit more and unlock some more V-Bucks. But yeah, it's good. It's good. But I mean, are you tempted to Fortnite from PUBG, or are you just going to stick with your chicken dinners for now?
I don't know. I just this might sound bad, but I feel like Fortnite would be too easy.
Ooh.
I mean, even I'm getting like 7 or 8 kills per game, so it might be a little bit easier.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like PUBG, like when you get into a gunfight, it's like it's tactical. Like it's knowing when to heal, knowing when to use like throwables,
and know when to kill yourself.
You will, yeah.
Well, shots fired for me. I only managed to get 26th when I played it the other day.
Yeah, but you don't generally play Fortnite because I've been playing it for quite a lot of time. Like it's not. I mean, I'm not getting very many wins, but I'm getting a lot of kills until I get killed.
I prefer to play Fortnite rather than PUBG. PUBG, I find I spend 20 minutes running around and then gunfight dead. At least Fortnite I can actually get some kills.
And I won't drag you into the RTS rabbit hole that I've been dragged down as well with the 5 different RTS games that I've been playing.
AOV2.
Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 4, the new Dune game that's an early preview on Game Pass PC.
Oh, yeah.
StarCraft. What was the other one? There was another one. I can't remember. Oh, Company of Heroes.
Who?
Company of Heroes.
Oh,
World
because
War
they
Two.
just released the third one, haven't they?
Yes, I'm playing the second one.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, plenty of stuff going on. I've got one more game quickly to tell you about. A game called Papatura, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is it's almost like a Limbo-esque game, but all sort of combined with point and click. So it's real short. It took me probably less than an hour to beat. But the idea is you walk through the little areas. You like in the trailer here, you got a small room. You got to figure out how to get out of the room. And it's as simple as interacting with the items around the level, and then you get to the main gist of it is finding the keys. So you go to 3 different points on the map, and you solve a quick puzzle, including Ian. You'll be pleased to learn one of the puzzles involves a bit of fishing.
Oh.
And yeah, it's short, it's sweet, it's charming. The visuals are amazing. It's all like handcrafted, so everything is made real world with paper. And then they sort of digitized it for the game. And if you watch it, obviously they got like digital lights and animation and stuff, but it looks incredible, like the style they've gone for. But yeah, I really enjoyed the little puzzle game. My review went up. In fact, I think my review's going up tomorrow. Sorry for it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the little puzzle game. Short and sweet. Got the full 1000G. Ian will be pleased to hear. You couldn't not get the full 1000G because you just finished the game in less than an hour, and that's exactly what I did. The only thing that really annoyed me was I was playing it the first night I started it, and I didn't quite realize how short it was. So I played like 20 minutes. And I was like, I'm going to stop now. So I went to the save icon, pressed A, and it said confirm. Yep, no problem. And then it took me back to the title screen. So, all right, okay. So I went to load my game to make sure it's saved. There's no loads. So okay, save it again. Saved it again. Took me back to the title screen. The save icon is actually a delete your save icon, as it turns out. So I did like the first couple of puzzles, and I had to do it all again because from within the game it allows you just to completely reset your progress, which makes no sense. But that small annoyance aside, yeah, I really enjoyed my time. I'd highly recommend it, even if it's just to get a few Chivos, Ian.
You should do it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I did get 1000G in another game as well, but I don't really talk about it very much. It was a mobile port. It was all right, but nothing great. But let's move on, shall we? Let's wrap this up because we're at an hour and a half already. Where has the time gone? I've enjoyed this very much, gentlemen. Gentlemen, where are we now? Games of Gold? No, not Games of Gold. Game Pass games, please. Ian.
Me. No, Ross.
No, Ross. Oh my God, sorry.
He's all over the place.
All over the place. I shut my window and I was like, ah!
He's fucked it.
Tell me what's coming into Game Pass before my mic explodes again, please.
So we have, we'll just go the ones coming up this week. We've got Valheim, which is game preview March 14th on console. Sid Meier's Civilization 6, March 16th on console, PC, and cloud. Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, The Prince's Edition, March 23rd, console and PC. MLB The Show 23, March 28th on console and cloud. Infinite Guitars, March 30th on console and PC. And also Way to the Woods will be coming at some point in March for console and PC, but we don't have a date for it as of yet.
I wonder if Pete's playing in the Kuni too. I know he played the first one.
Oh, he loved the first one. He raved about it.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I was wondering if he played the second one. Can I play the first? I never got a chance to play it.
I definitely know he played the first one on PS3, again on Switch, I think, and on when it come to Game Pass recently. So I'm sure he's going to be jumping straight on that if he hasn't already played it.
Yeah, there's no way he hasn't played it.
I'm pretty sure he's played it at some point in PS4 or what have you. But Ian, things are coming in, things are going. Tell me all about things that are leaving, please.
Games leaving, if this list is up to date, because I haven't been on the show in a while. It's F1 2020, Kentucky Route Zero, Young Souls, Undertale, surprisingly Guardians of the Galaxy, Paradise Killer, Zero Escape, and Goat Simulator.
Not the GOAT.
I imagine Goat Simulator 3 will come to Game Pass, won't it?
Yeah, I believe it is coming to Game Pass, whenever it's...
Which is why they remove it.
I can't believe there's 3 of those.
Well, technically it's only 2.
Because they said they never make the second one, which is why they Goat Simulator 3.
Let's skip straight to the third one.
Like, we'll never make a Goat Simulator 2. And they did live by that rule because it's Goat Simulator 3.
Hopefully it's full of as much insane shit as possible. But Graham, other insane shit we can check out is Games with Gold. Tell me all about what we can pick up for free-ish.
We can. we have. Oh, it's gone. Come back. Guts and Goals, which is going to be with us until the 15th of March. Then we have Truba Brook, which is there from March the 1st to the 31st. And Sudden Strike 4, available from March the 1st to the 31st. And then coming soon on March the 16th, we have Lamentum.
Go redeem them. They're free. If you've got at least a game Xbox Live Gold subscription, go check them out. Right, gentlemen, has anyone else got anything to bring up, or should we wrap this up and get into Xbox Tavern After Dark?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Sounds like a plan. All right. Well, if you made this far, you're a fucking hero. We love you. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Xbox Tavern, Xpod Tavern episode 111, if I'm reliably informed, which we record every Sunday at 8 p.m.
Ish.
I've been Jamie. You can follow me at DNXan. You can find Scottish Gruff Ross,
At Scottish Gruff.
Graham,
Graham Reaper.
and Ian.
at Nutty Ray.
We will see you all again next week. Have a wonderful week and be good to each other, please.
Farewell.
Bye.
Go